Hi everyone, Lisa here from Stampin' with LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Welcome. If any of you are new or it's your first time watching me live, comment below and let me know where you're watching from and maybe how you found me. Today we're going to be doing a You've Been Booed box. I don't know how many of you in your neighborhoods do the You've Been Booed. So you go take this either bucket of goodies, bag of goodies, treats, whatever, you go put it on the neighbor's door, and there's a little sign in there that says you've been booed. So then they put the sign up on their door saying that they've been booed, and then they pass along, like kind of like pay it forward. And I have the sheet for that included in today's project. So business stuff first, as always. And again, if this is your first time watching me, welcome. I go live every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm located in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And so it's always Mountain Time. Business side is Friday is the last day to register for my Halloween class. I've already started to prep that class. I'm just waiting for a lot more product to come in and then registration to end so I can order everybody's goodies that are included in the class. So Friday's the last day for that. This Thursday here in Rio Rancho at my home, we're doing the all occasion card class. So you can still register for that up till Wednesday night because I prep everything Wednesday night. And my sweet stamping tutorial is available for September, and you get that when you spend $35 in my online store. So I think that is it. Let's get ready to make this boo box. Step-by-step instructions that shows you all the products I used and then how to make it. And here's the You've Been Booed instructions. So you would just print that, put it in your box, and then they'll make a copy of it and pass it on to the next one. So if you want this, just join my email list, or you can pay attention to what I'm doing if you are going to do it along with me. So I have a ton of scraps. A lot of this just takes scrap paper. So if you have scraps laying around, the hat, the bow tie, all that stuff, it's just a little bit of scraps to use. We're going to be using the Bag of Bones stamp set and dies. I've already have all my stuff pulled out. And I'm also using a couple of dies from the Tricks and Treats. I think I'm going to be using the Ghost and the Boo from here. So let's let me show you what else. We're going to be using the Them Bones DSP. You can see I barely have scraps. I hope this should be enough for our front because I've been using this for a lot, and then this is included in my Halloween class. So again, let me try and find you guys super quick. I'm usually not. I completely forgot to. It won't let me switch over. Hold on. Sorry. So how's everybody been doing? This is absolutely horrible. It's not letting me switch over. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to delete all this out of my, there we are. All right, so now we're live. we're good. So sorry about that, you guys. Like I said today, you know, I have a migraine today, so I'm just not right. But anyway, I'm good enough to do this. So let's get started. I'm all over the place. This darn migraine. I don't know if it's like the change of the weather. I'm bouncing you guys around because I'm putting my iPad on there. So we're going to start out with this is the 8.5 by 11. I just lost my boo sheet. And then this is, we need 12 by 12. So this box is going to be super sturdy. So let me show you. Because we got all kinds of candy in there. Wait, so it's all, it's going to be like double-sided so that it can hold everything. My candy's all popping out. So you need a piece of 12 by 12. So we have all of our color families available in 12 by 12. So this one, because I'm using Starry Sky, it's the 2022-2024 in color one. So we're going to need a piece of that 12 by 12. Okay. I need to concentrate here. I'll tell you, my head, I thought it was going to go away. I just actually took a leave before I came on. So let's start with the top. The top is going to be 9.5 by 8.25. So we know we got to do 9.5 on the long side. That's 9.5 by 8.25. Like I said, if you're new, this is the first time you're watching me, shout out where you're from and let me know where you're from and how you found me. So this piece is going to be 10 by 8.25 or 8.75. 8.75. I'm going to cut them both now because then that way we can get our scoring. So this is the bigger piece, which is the bigger piece is the bottom. Okay, so let me get my scoring tool. And got my scoring here. This is the top, so this is the smallest piece. So we want the 9.5 side, which is going to be your long side. And we're going to score it at 1.25, 2.5, 7, and 8.25. And then we're going to rotate it to the short side. So this is our 8.25 side. And we're going to score it again at 1.25, 2.5, 5.75, and 7. Okay, so again, this is the top of the box. Now, this is the bottom, and we're going to put our long side, which is the 10-inch side, and we're going to score at 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. This is different from the trimmer. Each one is an 1/8. On the trimmer, you have a 16th in there. So 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 7.25, and 8 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one after the half. Gonna rotate it again. This is our short side, our 8 3/4 side, and we're gonna do again 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3, 2 3/4, 6 inches, and 7 3/8. All right, so this is the bottom because this was a 10-inch. Yep. I mean, I could tell when they're put together, but to not get them confused. So we're going to do a lot of die cut. I mean, not die cut. Well, we would do die cutting later, but we're going to do a lot of cutting on this. So I have these right here for you to see. They're actually cut the same, but right here I'll put them there so that it's kind of like a guide for you while I go ahead and burnish all my lines and then do the cutting. But those are a simple guide to show you how I cut them. Or actually, let me get these out of the way because that's not helping you when I'm on top of it. And then when I go to cut, I'll put them back. Okay, so all those ones are burnished. Let's burnish. Burnish. You know, this is so that you have nice, crisp lines. People are always like, I don't understand the purpose of the bone folder. You get some nice crisp lines. And okay, those ones are all burnished. So let me put these back in here now for you to see. And I'm gonna cut the bottom first. So since I'm cutting the bottom, I'm going to use my big scissors. Now, even myself, I'm going to get this confused probably. So these, let's just cut these all 4 corners. These 2 come off. And don't throw these away. You can use these to put those little cowboy hats on, make the little bow ties. You know, all your little die cuts that you need, you can use these little scraps. Okay, so those are all cut out, and I should have mitered them. So now we're going to cut just these 4 corners off. So this, you can cut the whole line, but then we're just going to cut this square. So the whole line up and then cut this square off. The whole line up and then cut the square off. And like I said, we're gonna, the other piece is cut the exact same way. So there's all our, see, so now it should match, except for I haven't mitered these. So here's a good example why you want to miter. See, my line there's not the greatest. So sometimes we don't cut the scores. So I'm just going to go around and miter every one of them. And this is going to be hidden in the inside, so they don't have to be perfect. Matter of fact, these tabs are going to be covered up. And I cut that one kind of thick. But again, they'll be covered up. Nobody will know but you and I. You could have done this when you were cutting the others, but I wanted you to see what ones we cut. Okay, one more. So pretty much this is the hard part of the, so look, there's our bottom. So our bottom is done. Like I said, don't throw those little squares away because you'll be able to use those. So now we're going to start again, and these, same thing. Cut the 2. This one we can go all the way up. Cut this off. We can miter them now. Miter this one. Because this whole section's coming out. This whole one. So have any of you ever been booed by your neighbors. We used to do it a lot in California. I'm not too familiar with a lot of my neighbors here, so we actually had new ones move in next door. I met them briefly when I was on my way to the airport when we were leaving to Indiana, so I didn't really get to talk to them. And every time we try to go over to say hello, they're not home. So I think they're kind of like us. They do a lot of traveling. Okay, hopefully you guys are following me. I'm kind of doing it different because I'm doing the mitering now instead of going back and doing it like I did with the first one. So see, we're already done with this. Okay, so there's our top. So hopefully you guys were able to catch those if you need, but again, they are in my tutorial. Let's move all these out of the way. So these 4 tabs are going to come in now. I cut one wrong. Let me see, Wendy. We'll figure it out. I probably did, but it should still work. So these ones are going to go in, and we're going to add some tear and tape. And I don't know if you guys had seen on my page, one day I posted that the glow-in-the-dark paper was not coming back. Well, I don't know why, but I got an email from Stampin' Up saying that it wasn't coming back because I had ordered some for my class, and then they even refunded me the money. Well, now it's back in stock. So I don't know what's going on, what happened there, but I did order some, and I ordered it right away because I need it for my Halloween class, and I did not want it to go back on back order. So it is supposed to come tomorrow. So as far as I know, it is in stock. So I notice I've been having to check the inventory at least twice a day. So now that I was doing all that yakking, on these bigger tabs, I'm putting 2 pieces of tear and tape because I really want this to stick. We want this box to hold well. So let me get my little tool here and take all the tear and tape off. So these again are going to go on the inside so nobody will see them. By me taking this off, I'll probably have sticky everywhere. I figure just take them all off at once. Yeah, so I think since I'm making these, I am going to go ahead and boo a couple of my neighbors. I know some ones on the corner, they have kids, so they would appreciate the candy, I'm sure. You can even put those mini bottles of alcohol. Like I said, it just depends how well you know your neighbors. You know, some might not drink, so you don't want to put any kind of booze in them. So this is going to just go like that. Oops. All right, so like I said, this is going to be just a nice and sturdy box. So now these ones are going to go in, and then these. And we are going to use our bone folder again, just to make sure that it's all stuck down. Now see, this box is a heavy duty, sturdy box. Okay, so that one was the bottom. This is the top, I believe, because that other one, oh, you're right, Wendy. Look, I did cut one wrong. My bad. But it'll still work. it's just going to go in the other way. So again, we're going to put these on our tabs. You got to fold your tabs in. Remember, fold them in. And then, oops. I'm glad you noticed that, Wendy. Like I said, my head's not all in it today. It's a darn migraine. And I think it has something to do with sinuses. We had a lot of rain, thunder, lightning the other day, so that gets all the dirt moving all over. I had the sneezies yesterday. I just kept sneezing and sneezing. And actually, my cousin who lives in Santa Fe, that night that we got the thunder and lightning hit a house right near them and caught on fire. It was pretty bad. And it was like 10 o'clock at night, so the people might already been in bed. My cousin called me right away to see if we had gotten it over here, because we usually get it first and then it goes towards them. So luckily we were all good. We just had the rain and the thunder, lightning, but it didn't seem like it was too bad here. So I pray that those people at least have, like, they didn't lose their whole house. They still have some of it left. I mean, probably not that they could live in it, but, you know, gosh, if I was to lose my house, I'd lose this whole craft room. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures that I posted. My husband, he did this craft room for me. And I would be lost without it. Okay, so since this one I cut the wrong way, it's just going to go in on this edge over here. Again, it's still going to be covered up. Nobody will know, except for Wendy. Just kidding. Wendy and everybody else watching. All right, so we're going to put these ones down, then these ones, these. Go with our bone folder, make sure that it's all stuck down good. One thing with this tear and tape, it holds good. You could probably use liquid glue. I'm just not sure how well it's gonna be. Now let me put my boxes inside. And there. That was a lot of work for that box, but it's a heavy duty box. You can hear how heavy duty it is. Let me get all of this tear and tape stuff out of the way, and we can move on to our next part. So now we're going to need a piece of DSP. So again, this is from Them Bones, and it is going to be 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So trying to figure out which way I want my stripes to go. Do I want them to go down this way? If I want them to go this way, we're going to cut it at 3 1/8 here, and by 4 3/8 right there. Okay. So once we glue this on, then we'll do a bunch of die cutting, because there's a lot of die cut pieces. Oh, plus we are going to do some heat embossing. And I chose to do the heat embossing because I think our skeletons, they stand out a lot better. I'll show you. Look, I got some glue or tape on me. So we'll go ahead and do the skeleton, the dog, and all those goodies first. So we're going to stamp them in Versamart. Well, let me get all my, I still got messes over here. Let me get all my embossing stuff together so that we can be ready. Oh, I got a stamp under there. So we can be ready to emboss. So I am using the white embossing powder. And then I'll show you the difference from one that's embossed to one that just used the white ink. So we're gonna do our skeleton. And I don't know why I keep using this Versamark when I have a brand new one. This is the cat. And I know you guys can't see them, but once I put the embossing powder on, we should see them. Okay, so now let's add all our white embossing powder. I think I might have put a little bit too much, but let's just brush the white off. Or it's actually kind of okay because these are going to be die cut. And we just want to get the die cut. So let me move that out of the way. And I will get my tweezers so I don't burn my hands. And let's heat emboss. Have any of you tried heat embossing before? Sometimes when I heat emboss, I like to, especially with the clear embossing powder. Can you see it turning? I like to stamp in Versamark first, then into the color of ink that I'm using. I think Versamark just makes it a little bit juicier and it makes the embossing powder stick better. Okay, I think those look like they're all good. All right, we'll set those aside and we'll start stamping the others, or die cutting the other pieces. So I got like a bunch of dies that we're gonna use. I put them all on here so I don't forget. And like I told you, I have a bunch of scraps basically that I'm using. My instructions will probably give you dimensions more of what to use. So we're gonna use basic black for the fence. And we're gonna cut 2 of them. We need the cowboy hat and boots. Cowboy hat and boots. We need some bats. We need the moon and the stars. Oops, I guess I didn't pull that one out. Or I hope I didn't drop it somewhere. How many of you have lost a little die? Nope, there's that one. The moon and the stars. I've lost dies where I have been searching and searching and searching, and they're usually stuck under something. Okay, and then we need the boo. Let's see how much of this I'm trying to get it all in one shot. We need boo. We need a little tiny bow tie. There's our bow tie. And I think, well, that'll be it for now. Okay. But these little, I lost that cowboy hat die. These little dies are so fun to dress up. I'll show you some other ones that I dressed up along with the one that I told you, the white, then without the But the white ink compared to the Versamark. So this one, we don't need the whole fence. So I cut mine just a little bit short on accident, but we're gonna end up trimming it anyway. So there's our boo. Let me get these bats off of here. There's a lot of little tiny pieces. Do you guys like to play with little pieces? Or you prefer not to? Okay, so now I need the ghosts and the tombstone. My word. Here's the tombstone. So the ghost and the boo is from the Tricks and Treats stamp set and dies. Okay, so let's roll those through. I'm going to need 2 ghosts. And I still need my grass, which I can't find my piece of paper, or my scrap paper that I had. Okay, couldn't get that fence out. Like I said, we need another ghost. There's our ghost. Tombstone, and anything else you guys see besides these guys. Can I get all these on here? Let's see. We need the skeleton. We need the dog. And where's my cat? My cat. And I still need the grass. I'm gonna have to grab a piece of, I don't see it, a piece of Parakeet Party. There's my other bat. He had disappeared. Okay, so these are all cut out. Let's put these dies over here. Get all these pieces. I know this one has a lot of pieces to it, but it's so cute. The only thing I need is my grass. So I'll pull that out. Is my grass under here? No. I'm missing my grass. So still trying to get all these pieces together. There's so many pieces. I know I've lost some of you, but I think some people watch me during work. But we won't say anything, right? So let me grab the Parakeet Party. We're just gonna grab, I know that's like a 1/2 inch piece. We are going to, I need to rotate my plate. We need to just cut some, it's gonna move on me now. So your grass, you can line it up. It's gonna keep moving. You can line it up at the top. And we're just gonna tape it so it doesn't move on me. All right. I can't remember if this is gonna be long enough. We might have to do, I'm just gonna do it twice just to be on the safe side. My dimensions, actually I should have it. It's 1/2 by 3 1/4 is what you need. All right, so I think that's all the die cutting. We're gonna trim it once we need to put it on the box. Let me get this one out of the way. Okay, let me show you these other ones before I forget. So now look, here's one with the white, just the white. Now look at the one that's embossed. See the difference? And then look how cute you could dress them up. I was just playing around with them, you know, trying different things, but you can dress them up. however you want, but that's with the white ink, and then this is heat embossed. So I like the heat embossed much better. Okay, so back to our box. Let's put our grass on first. Let me get some glue. And I was going to glue the box, but I can actually trim it ahead of time. So like I said, this piece is a 1/2 by 3 1/4. Let's put a thin line of glue on there. We will put this on. Then we are going to stamp Boo to You on our tombstone. And not Versamark, Memento. And now we're going to glue this one on. And we're going to glue it just a little bit above the grass. Kind of like so. And it probably doesn't have to go all the way to the edge. Now, here comes our fence. We're going to put our fences on. And this, you can put adhesive sheets. I'm using the liquid glue. And I put these just above the grass. And like I said, this one's going to be trimmed. So I should have counted how many things I needed to put it on. And I just kind of overlapped it on the other. And then we can just trim. It's not all the way dry. All right. So now we are going to dress up our little skeleton. We can put some liquid glue there. Put his cowboy hat on. I should grab my silicone mat. It's stuck to my hand because I have glue on my hands, on my fingers. Okay, and then let's just add his little cowboy boots. Aren't those so cute? A skeleton, a Western skeleton. It doesn't have to be Western, I guess. Anybody could wear cowboy boots. And while that dries, I'm going to add some Winkostella to his boots because I want some sparkling boots, kind of like the ruby red slippers. Okay, and then now our cat's not getting dressed up, but our dog, we're going to put a little bow tie on him. I got that glue on my finger, so every time I pick something up, it sticks. Let's put our his bow tie's a little crooked. There's his bow tie. Okay, so now we are going to use some dimensionals for these two guys. And we will, shoot, last week I was down to my edges again. I guess we'll have to use them. That fits in there good. And I think what I did is I put some minis. And you know, we do have black dimensionals, which I probably should be using. So look, I'll use the mini blacks. So then that way the white don't show. So let's put our skeleton. Oops, I already took that one. We're gonna put him right here, like yeehaw. Come on over to my cemetery. I thought the one was cute. And we're gonna put our little doggy here. He's prancing along. And our cat, we are just going to glue him. He is not going to be on dimensionals. Actually, you know what? Let's put him on dimensionals and see what you guys think. Do you like dimensionals or do you like him just flat? He actually kind of looks like he's on dimensionals on this one. Okay, so he's sitting on top of the tombstone. Now we have all our other fun goodies. Let me get this. Our moon and our stars. These are so tiny. I'm going to need the putty from the Take Your Pick. Let's add the boo first. Again, you can use adhesive sheets. I'm just using the liquid glue. And since that's a boo box, I want it to boo it. I'm gonna try like that with my glue. See if I could stick my moon there. Tiny star here. Is my head getting in the camera? I'm not really trying to figure out where to put my stars, because I got some bats going along too. We've got to put our bats in there. Okay, so we'll put one here. These ones are so tiny, they're sticking. And I know you see the glue right now, but that is going to dry clear. So where's all our little bats? Now here's a bat. Here's a bat. Trying to get the right sides of them. See, this finger's got glue on it. And this one is going to go on our top that we haven't done yet. Okay, so let's just put, I'm going to stick a bat in there. Oops. And then I think I put his hat too, put him a little bit too high, but we'll put a bat over there. Now this other guy, we're saving him for the other piece along with our ghost. So I'm gonna brush the ghost right now with Wink Estella, because we want sparkly ghost. And then we're going to cut that other piece. And I think it's going to be perfect for our backing. So our backing, look at all these dimensional backs, is going to be, let me see, 3 1/4 by 8. So this was the remaining piece, which is actually perfect. This was the remaining piece from the 12 by 12. So it's 3 1/4 by 8. So we're just going to have to trim it down by 8, but it's already 3 1/4 for you. So let's trim this down to 8. And is everybody still with me? My cowboy's jumping for joy. All right, what do I have this on? What's under here? It's lopsided. Oh, did I have it on the die? On the ink? So this is going to be our door handle piece, which you're going to hang over their door. So this is like the, I don't know, 5th or 6th from the smallest die. In my instructions, I have it, but you only want to go down just a little bit, maybe like a 1/2 inch, and then center it. And roll it on through. And this will be where you hang it on the door. I think you hang it on the door, you ring the doorbell, and you run. So now, where's my glue silicone mat? So we're just gonna, there went my bat. we're just going to put that bat over here. You could add more bats if you like. Butterfingers all of a sudden. It kind of looks like put a lot of glue there. But let's see, we're going to glue him like this. So you don't need glue on most of him. He's just going to be there. And we're going to put our other one towards the bottom here. And then now the back of our box. Get this out of the way. So this is up to you. You can use tear and tape or glue. I'm just going to use liquid glue to save it some time right now. Excuse me. Make sure you have it the ghost or facing down. And this is just going to line up from the bottom on up. Just like that. And there's our boo box. But now let me find my instructions. They fell. They fell out of my thing. So now what you do, I kind of explained this at the beginning, and I don't know if you guys missed it when I was explaining our boo box. So what a boo box is you fill it up with the treats. I have this one filled with treats. This one's falling apart because my backing, I didn't do it good, but you fill it up with a bunch of treats. You fold this piece of paper up, or you can cut it, trim it for them. Put it inside, and it has the instructions. So you go take it to your neighbors, you put it on their door, and then they're going to put this piece on their door now saying that they've been booed. And then they're going to do this, enjoy their goodies, put their boo sign on their door. Within 2 days, gather and make some treats, whatever. Secretly deliver them to your friends or neighbors. Print another one of these. And then so then that way they can continue the fun. So when they go boo somebody, they're not going to know who booed them. So say they went back to the neighbor's house, they'll see this sign and go, oh, they've already been booed. We got to go boo somebody else. Makes sense? You guys have any questions? Or if you're not going to boo somebody, this is just a great treat box. You don't have to put the backing on. You know, you don't have to put the handle on. Just a box full of goodies. All right, everyone. Any questions? Oh, I can't wait for you to recreate it too, Wendy. It's a nice sturdy box. That's what I like. It's heavy duty. I wanted a box that when you put that much weight in it, it wasn't going to fall apart. So if there's no questions, you guys have a great day. And please go boo somebody. I want to be booed. Take care, you guys. I'll see you next Wednesday, or maybe a few pop-up videos in between. Take care. Bye.